Fox Business Alert President Trump saying at his cabinet meeting earlier this afternoon that there are, quote, substantial talks happening with Iran. This as the U.S. still ratchets up the pressure by moving elements of now the 82nd Airborne Division to the region, along with 4,500 Marines. But the U.S. still must grapple with one potential real vulnerability for our troops and assets: getting fuel to the front lines. It isn't just costly and getting costlier, at least by the day. It's dangerous. Diesel fuel convoys are slow, they're highly visible and routinely targeted by enemy forces, making them some of the most treacherous missions in modern warfare. Enter startup Aetherflux. It's developing a constellation of satellites that would be up in the air, in orbit, harvesting solar energy in space and beaming it back to Earth via infrared lasers. Last year, the Department of Defense approved funding for the company to develop space solar power for the U.S. military. Joining me now in a Fox Business exclusive, Aetherflux founder and CEO, Baiju Bhatt. Baiju, it's not a ground war yet, but with American soldiers bearing down, it could very well become one. How, if you could just map it out for people, could Aetherflux's space-based solar transmission tech ease the challenge to power ground operations in such a conflict?
Absolutely. And Liz, thanks for having me on. So we started the company about 2 years ago with the goal of space solar power. And the product that we're going to be demonstrating, we're targeting for later this year, will be able to deliver power directly from space to places where it's either a hostile environment, contested environment, or no existing power grid. And the system is designed to be able to deliver power with small portable receivers on the ground. So imagine something that's going to start out with a spot size of about 10 meters in diameter, with a goal to make it smaller over time. And the idea is that with little to no infrastructure on the ground, you can receive power directly from orbit. The benefits of this are the system on the ground is intended to be largely unpowered. It's something that troops will be able to ideally, deploy onto a battlefield environment and be able to receive power directly from space.
One of the things I remember when years ago I was covering the Persian Gulf War, there was a lot of infrastructure damage. A lot of power plants had been knocked out in Iraq and Kuwait as well. And so therefore they had to bring everything in, generators that of course are diesel powered, in many cases are gasoline powered. So this could possibly eliminate all of that?
It can certainly support those activities. And as you said correctly, during the Iraq and Afghanistan wars, the transit of fuel into the battlefield to support forward operating bases and deployed military troops was one of the big drivers of casualties. And that's one of the reasons why, at the time, a lot of the fuel transit was moved to air transit. And I think that's also the genesis of why this is a technology that we're building that has the potential to augment those capabilities so that you get different sources of energy, different ways of getting it, and can continue to keep our troops powered when they're out and deployed.
We just mentioned that 82nd Airborne, these are paratroopers, are heading to the region. And under certain circumstances, they would be jumping out of airplanes and landing somewhere in hostile territory and setting up operations. Can you give us an example? Because obviously, Kharg Island, the airport has been hit. We would imagine at some point the power generators there are maybe going to stop working. If, and this is a huge if, it's a total hypothetical, but if those paratroopers were to land on Kharg Island, how would, if your technology were ready, how would it actually work to power the island?
Yeah, we'd have small portable receivers that troops could deploy on the battlefield, and a constellation in orbit where one satellite is delivering power to a given location, and as it moves on, there's another one in the constellation that picks up and starts delivering power, much in the same way that Starlink is able to transition from satellite to satellite as it passes overhead to be able to provide internet. The idea for this, a rough paraphrasing, kind of builds on that set of ideas. So imagine something like Starlink for power. And today, this technology, it simply is not a part of anything that's going on. It's a new approach to actually a pretty old idea, and one that was originally motivated. The approach that we're building with infrared lasers, as you mentioned in the beginning, was motivated by work from the Department of Defense previously, as well as places like the Naval Research Lab. And as you mentioned, we're working hard towards making this happen. We'll have a first satellite in space that does this capability. We're targeting later on this year. And from there, we would have the ability to continue to build a constellation that would be able to provide power. God forbid this conflict continues and, it's needed.
It's really fascinating to hear the advancements in the technology. If we could put up that animation of what is going to go up, the big solar wings, and as you said, they'll capture the solar power. So in my view, as I look at all of this, I just begin to wonder how much further could we take this? And by the way, as you know, the bad guys are always going to figure out ways. And there's an article in the Jerusalem Post today where you had a top former Trump administrator say, be careful, the Iranians will turn to try and hack satellite systems. There is that possibility. How do you protect your satellite system that will eventually go up from cybersecurity hacks?
Yeah, it's a very important question. And, we're working towards making it secure from a cyber perspective. There's encryption technology and sort of the software that runs on the actual satellite itself will be commanding it from the ground. But I think you're correctly pointing out that we're entering an era where space is becoming a contested environment as well, where you're starting to see both the United States and many of our adversaries build up a bigger and bigger presence in space. And the tactical advantage of it in examples like this are actually pretty clear. And you get sort of complete field of view of the whole world underneath you. So I think we're actually going to see much more activity from the Department of War as well as other nations building up capabilities in space. And I think that's why it's incredibly important that the U.S. leverage the fact that we have a vibrant, space ecosystem to maintain that advantage and maintain that advantage even for the novel use cases that, like Aetherflux, are going to be coming online in the not too distant future.
Baiju, really quickly before we go, how closely are you working with the Department of Defense, the Department of War? Tell me exactly how often you're seeing these people and what they are saying. They keeping you on deadlines?
We interact with them pretty regularly. They actually had some folks in our office in the last couple of weeks where we told them kind of what our plans are. And again, we're building something that is a first of its kind application.
Right.
And we're working really hard. Actually, right on the other side of me is where folks are actually building and engineering the first satellite that's going to go up to space to do this. That's something that we hope to have the capability live. Like I said before not too long, and we're targeting later on this year for that first one going live. So we've got a lot of work to do. Folks are working super hard on our team. And from there, if we can demonstrate what we think is possible here, the path towards scaling it out is going to be, pretty straightforward and very clear from an engineering perspective.
Okay, next time we see you, I want you to take that camera, move it just 4 feet that way and bother your engineers as they're tinkering and eating their granola bars and working on this brilliant, it sounds brilliant technology. Baiju, good luck.
Yeah. Thank you so much.